Hi everybody, it's been a while. Welcome to my channel. So for today's video, um, actually this is really spontaneous, unlike my other videos. My other videos I do have, it's not really script, but I have a guide so that I would be able to say everything that I needed and I wanted to say. And yeah, but this time this is very spontaneous. I'm gonna say what my heart is telling me to say. The purpose of this video actually, I think there are two. First is to update you where I've been, because I have been missing in action for the last more than a month, I think. And second, I would like to raise awareness about what it's like, or like the journey of having a family member go through COVID-19. Okay, last August 14, I forgot the date. I'm just gonna insert somewhere. My mind's really, it's all over the place right now, so I couldn't really, I'm not really sure with the specific date. So last August, my mom passed away due to stroke or cerebrovascular accident. That was her third attack, and it was a massive stroke. We had time, like you don't really have time to prepare, sa mga yun aning things, but she was hospitalized for 6 days. And right from the very beginning, we knew that where we're going. So at least we had a few days to prepare, and a few days to spend time with her. I was not able to go home. I'm still here in Sydney. I wasn't able to go home because our borders are still closed, and as you all know, Australia, we have one of the pinaka strict when it comes to borders, when it comes to quarantine, COVID management. So getting out, yes, maybe I can go back to the Philippines, but getting back inside in Australia might be a bit of challenge for me, and I don't want to risk that because I still have a baby. And I don't want to bring my baby back to the Philippines because there's no vaccine yet for toddlers. Anyway, so during that time, I thought like that was the hardest. It's still like, wait, you'll know later on. It was like super like, I can't even imagine. It was so painful, like losing a mom and not being able to stay with her during her last few moments, and not being able to say goodbye personally. So I was really like, I was really down. I can't really explain. It's just so hard losing a parent. And yeah, I thought that was the end of our ordeal. I thought I was, we will be given time to recover, to move on. Yeah, so what happened was 5 days after the burial, mom's burial, dad tested positive for COVID-19. And here I will be sharing to you the like the journey. This is going to be a COVID-19 update, and what happened. Wait, I'm just gonna move back. What happened, and yeah, I was not there physically as well, but daddy, so ang nag-positive sa house was my dad, duha ka helper, and the driver, so four of them. So day one of when daddy showed signs and symptoms, I'm not gonna insert any photo, I'm not gonna insert anything that would show nga sa situation ni daddy when he was in the hospital. This is just to respect my brother's mga wish, because they don't want to broadcast, or they don't want people to see daddy in that state. At least he will be remembered as someone healthy and groovy. So day one, he was feeling really tired, and I have everything's recorded. I have a chart. I'm a nurse, although I'm not a COVID nurse. I'm a NICU nurse. I was a NICU nurse. But I have a chart of him, like what his symptoms were and what the medications were given. So first day he was feeling really tired, and then he complained of having slight allergic, like not really sore throat, scratchy throat, nothing grabe, nothing major during that time. And he said it's not only him, but daghan pud sa house. So I then arranged a like swabbing, kind of home service na swab para nila. So the following day, that was Friday, Saturday, they were swabbed and they tested positive. It was an rapid antigen testing. So once we got the test, I booked online consultation sa isa ka pulmonologist from St. Luke's. I forgot his name, and he gave me a list of prescriptions. I think they started antibiotics. They started antibiotics. I think steroid, because dad was also asthmatic. So I'll give you a history sa health well-being ni daddy. He does not have any maintenance medication. He does not have any like diabetes, nothing. Maybe a few days before, I think during mom's time sa hospital, his blood pressure was elevated. I think that was stressed, and he started taking antihypertensive medication. He was really stressed. He's not sleeping well. So that was it. That's the only maintenance medication. Started just be days before he tested positive for COVID. So that was only maintenance medication, and then sa ihang asthma, it's just an inhaler, and it's as needed. So yeah, that's why he was started. The doctor gave him steroid. I'm gonna share something. I know some of our friends here, some of our like the people that I respect, I looked up to, they are taking this. I'm sharing this not to cause division or rift. I just want to share. This is based on my experience. I don't have any research about this. What I will be sharing is based on experience, daddy's experience. Okay? So after that, daddy was also taking ivermectin for the past 4 months, if I'm not mistaken, 3 to 4 months. He told me about it, and I said, bitaw, nothing to lose. It's just preventive. Sige na lang, just to give him that. He was taking that religiously to prevent COVID. So I did allow. I didn't say anything. I did comment na it's not proven, and it's a later on nanay effects imuhang liver or sa imuhang kidneys, because all medications will be filtered man gud siya sa organ like kidney and liver. So if it's unnecessary, you're just adding work to your kidney or to your liver. Anyway, after that, Daddy said he felt better. He was also taking the linhua. I don't know how you pronounce it. The Chinese tea. He was also taking that, and he was also taking what else? Vitamin C, vitamin everything, every vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, kana nga mga supplements. I then that day I ordered oxygen tank just to be sure because Daddy is 69 years old. And so okay, everyone will be asking this. Kay pawan ako daan, so I'll just say it now. The vaccination status ni Daddy, I've always been telling him, Jude, nga, you have to be vaccinated. You know, especially ako, I am a believer of vaccine. I am currently working as a vaccinator. But when Daddy was, during the time, katunga time, I was still working as a NICU nurse. So, he was really hesitant about it. And later on, when he agreed, he wanted specifically Pfizer or Moderna. I honored that request because it's not nice put to force someone, but in my heart I really wanted him to get vaccinated. So when mommy was in the hospital, ningkuyo gid siya sa ED, and he was really exposed. So ni-push namin nga magpa-vaccine siya. So I think day 1 during mommy's hospitalization or the following day, siya na mismo nang submit si iyahang self for vaccination, and he ended up getting the Janssen nga shot, the 1 dose only. So yeah, I think so when he got that, you're supposed to rest after getting the vaccine because luya ka, your immune system, especially ni Daddy, he wasn't really sleeping well, especially when mommy passed. Somewhat the entire time he wasn't really sleeping well. So when he had the vaccine, he didn't experience any side effects. He wasn't sleeping well though, but he didn't experience any side effects. Yeah, then came nawa na si mommy passed, and then the burial, I think, and he went out a lot of times good. So he was really exposed, plus his immune system was really down. I think less than a week, or even less than a week, I think incubation period na to siya. He got the virus and he tested positive 14 days not even 14 days, sorry, less than 14 days, 10 days after getting the shot. And we all know, and it's proven by research, and I've asked a lot of doctors about it, his status, they declared it as unvaccinated because he did not reach full immunity, which is 14 days and over. So just to put it out there, he received his shot, but his immunity status, ang ilang consider, he was unvaccinated. Okay. So after that, Daddy said he felt better, and the following day, that's when he was needing a lot of oxygen. So we started him on oxygen sa balay, and I've already called all the hospitals para magpa-reserve. It's not easy to get COVID because you don't have the luxury to go to the hospital nya ma-attend ka dayon, not unless if you're really like needing help nga below 60s 70s na inong saturation. During that time, Daddy was saturating mga 80s 90s. So oxygen. Then the following day, that's when hangak na siya. He was already there was shortness of breath, and then adto na sa hospital dayon. And we were so blessed because his doctor arranged everything. He was able to get a spot sa ER, and also with the help of our church friend, my close friend, Jean, Dr. Jean Santillan. Thank you, Jean. Naatimandayin si daddy. But during that time, they already placed him on 30 to 40 liters of via mask, and he was still struggling. Mga hangak yun, you'll see, ana. And it took us more than a day to be able to secure a room. Because, yeah, nanamo sa room, nanamo sa ER, but some people will stay there for days. We were just so blessed because we only stayed there for 24 hours, and then we were able to upgrade. We were able to transfer to a room because daddy was really needing high flow. With high flow, that's 60 liters. They can only do that sa room. That is to prevent spread sa COVID because it's aerosol. So that, and there was no it was really a struggle from when they were asking us to get tocilizumab. We have to start remdesivir. Upon admission, they did an x-ray, and it showed ditso na COVID, severe pneumonia. So I think I could insert daddy's x-ray film somewhere. It was really dirty. To all of you medical koan, you can read this, but if you're not you're familiar, this is a clear lungs, the normal lungs, and then this was daddy's x-ray. I'm just gonna cut the long story short because daddy stayed in the hospital for more than 3 weeks. So he fought a good fight. Grabe yun. In fact, still with ivermectin. While he was still in the hospital, I didn't know about this. Giingnan na lang ko sa helper. The helper stayed with daddy because she was also positive. So, nakuyog siya. She went with daddy sa COVID unit, and we also hired a private duty nurse. You know why? Especially if you don't believe in COVID, it's not just struggle ninyo nga to get a spot sa hospital. We were admitted in a private, a tertiary hospital, but then no staff. So in one unit, one nurse they look after, isa ka nurse would look after 15 patients, and those 15 patients, they're all critical, some of which were intubated, some of which were on high flow. So you don't really expect nga matagad mo on time because sometimes magdungan og desaturate ang mga patients. Kinsa who do you go attend first, diba? So it's really hard. I understand, but it's just so frustrating, especially ako nurse, and just seeing I know everything happening ni daddy because the helper, si April, was just there the entire time. Like ate, si sir, in every report, I wasn't sleeping well. I only sleep 2 to 3 hours per day for the last month. It was really frustrating and heartbreaking because I know what happened. So while daddy was in the hospital, grabe na to, hangak na siya, he was still taking ivermectin. I didn't know about that kay siya man, si daddy may maingon sa kuan, I want to drink it. And after drinking the ivermectin, after a few hours, he was intubated. So my daddy was intubated for 5 days, and then we got extubated, not because he was ready, although his settings were quite low na, we were already on the spontaneous mode, but because during that time sa x-ray, the tube was no longer in place, so the doctor said, let's just try to extubate and place him on high flow. So he was on high flow for 2 days. Okay, so friends, when you say COVID, you don't only deal with like COVID, your lungs, okay? Ang status ni daddy, he was getting better in terms of sa lungs, like COVID lungs, pneumonia, but then complications started happening, started kicking in. So there was bleeding, there was organ failure. Let's just say he was on dialysis. We have blood clots sa lungs, we have blood clots sa brain. So yes, there was stroke. That's a blood clot. And what else? So it was all interconnected. And once that would happen, you can't really say you have to drink ivermectin to reverse it. If you are a medical student, if you're a doctor, if you're a nurse, you know that once may tabo na ni, it's irreversible. Di na siya, di na pwede mabawi because na-damage na imong kidneys, na-damage na imuhang brain, imuhang nanay clot, imuhang lungs. And ivermectin does not cure that. Okay, you can cure, when you say na-damage imong kidney, it's not ivermectin. In fact, worse because your kidney is overworking na. Mo-filter pa siya, musa pa siya sa ivermectin. Dialysis was the answer. When you say stroke, mga bleeders ang answer, ang medication, but we cannot treat the stroke, we cannot treat the pulmonary embolism because daddy was also bleeding, like very low platelet. So there has to be a balance. So for those of you who are taking or who believes na ang ivermectin works, I have no right to say nga it does not work. I'm not a scientist. I don't have evidence-based research or theory to back that up. I know nga it prevents certain disease nga that medication is made for, but with COVID, I am saying based on experience, I did not see my dad get any better. So, I strongly suggest follow your doctors because they know. We started with one doctor, that was sa pulmo. We ended up with 6 doctors. We have the nephro, neuro, hematologist. We also got a nutritionist, surgery because prolonged stay in the hospital. You have lots of IV insertion. Mahutdan yung vein plus daily or twice a day nga blood test. Wala, di good ka survive imong vein. So we also had venous cut down for daddy. A lot. I'm not gonna dive into details. It was a very complicated case because I don't want to paint, because every time I describe what he went through, I can imagine, I can see his journey, his struggles to hospital, and it was not easy. So if you say that COVID is not real, you think again because my dad was healthy. You don't say, ay, nag-pneumonia lang to siya. Pneumonia, he wasn't. He was perfectly fine. He got exposed. That's why COVID is real. And the entire time, the doctor never said nga, okay na ta. We're okay. We're on the road to recovery. It was always, your dad's still critical. And that was his journey. During his last moments, we were there. We prayed with him. He went with the Lord. The moment we said amen, that was the flat line. We were there. He was not alone. But the past few days before that, you were alone yun ka because people can't stay with you. A good thing April was there. Katong tigbantay. She was there the entire time when daddy was still in the room. By the way, after 21 days, daddy was transferred to a clean ICU because negative naman siya for COVID. But the damage has been done. The complications were there na. And we weren't really able to update people because it was just so hard for us, especially Nako, it's so hard relaying information. It's just so painful. And we just wanted, I just hope you understand, to all our friends and family, I hope you understand nga why we didn't really give much update. Yeah, but rest assured, when daddy's final moments, he was peaceful. He did not struggle, and siguro he was just so excited to be with mommy. So yeah, that's it. That's it. He passed a couple of days ago, and he really wanted to be cremated. So that was what happened, especially sa protocol with COVID. Although he recovered from COVID, it's still a protocol to do cremation, even though recovered na. But that's okay because that's what he wanted anyway, cremation. So that's it. I really don't know. Like right now, no, we may not. God did not allow physical healing, but He gave him heaven instead, and He just gave me peace sa akong heart, knowing bang I'm very, very, very anxious. Um, I had like some struggle, like I can't really say mental issues because I am not diagnosed, but I've been like being away from family is more than it's a very big burden, and having a baby, sa imong mental health, you also have to look out for yourself. But when mommy passed, nakain ko, this is going to be hard. And now when daddy passed, I don't know, but the Lord has been so good. All this happened, no? I can still say God is good. He is amazing, and I will never stop praising Him. Just because I lost both my parents does not mean mangluod ko niya, because all things work together for good to those who love. And yeah, those who love the Lord and who are called according to His purpose. I'm not gonna change anything. And after that incident, I decided to resign as a NICU nurse. So this is to address as well, especially sa akong mga colleagues and to those who are asking if I'm still working, because I was on leave. No, they allowed me to go on leave for more than a month because it's just too much to handle. Anyway, I just can't stand hearing alarms, hearing a cardiac monitor. I can't stand seeing a ventilator. Yeah, so I resigned as a NICU nurse. I'm not closing my doors, maybe anytime in the future, but no. So I decided to do something to help other people, to convince other people, and to save a life. I've decided to work as a vaccinator. So if you are anti-vaccine, if you don't believe in COVID, if you don't believe in what do you call this one, wearing a mask, if you don't believe, if you think that ivermectin is the answer, I am not here to argue with you. I am not here to shame you. I'm not here to create an issue. I'm just here to say this is what we went through, and it's raw, it's real. You may not see it, you may not but I have proof. I have videos of daddy, photos of daddy, what he was like in the hospital. We have charts, we have like the record, hospital record. But I'm not gonna show that right now because I just want to preserve daddy's memory. Like, if you know my dad personally, I want you to remember him that way. I don't wanna change that. So yes, the purpose of this video, like I said, is to raise awareness about COVID-19. Look out for your health, please, your family, and also tell your parents that you love them every single day, because you just don't know when's your last, like when's their last. Or life is too short. Treasure the people around you and express how you really feel, especially to your parents. Tell them you love them, and to raise awareness about mental health. This is going to be a long journey for me, but I am believing. I don't see myself nga ko ayay ma-depress gid ko ani. I still have the peace inside my heart that God has given me ever since daddy was in the hospital. I have that peace, and I will continue to have that. Maybe siguro lang karon, no, it's more on mingaw. I miss him so much. So yep. And also, this is to update you where I am right now in terms of like life itself. So yeah, that's it. Sorry, I really can't talk much. That's just the update. And yeah, thank you. Stay safe, everybody. God bless. And I don't know when's the next video, but yeah, I forgot. To all those who messaged, to all those who left a comment, I can't reply to everyone, but I would just like to say, on behalf of my family, my brothers, thank you so much for your prayers, for your support, for your love, for everything towards mommy and daddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The Lord bless you. Bye, everybody.